Hi and welcome to this episode of Kapow with Pitu. I'm going to talk about sowing seeds today. A lot of people find growing plants from seeds very overwhelming and very scary, but it's really not that bad. There are basically two kinds of seed sowing methods. One is direct sowing and the other is seed starting. Both have their pros and cons. Direct sowing is pretty simple. It's as the name suggests. You buy your seed packet and you read the instructions and you just scatter the seed on the ground or in the pot wherever you're planning to plant. In terms of, some seeds require light to germinate and some need dark, and it will say so on your seed packet what kind it is. If it needs darkness to germinate, what you do is you take a pencil and you just make all these holes in your soil, like say an inch apart, and then you put the seed in those holes and cover it up with soil, because those soils need darkness in order for them to sprout. Other seeds require light. In the case of that, you just scatter them and then just press down on them a little bit because you don't want them to blow away. On that note, never sow seeds on a windy day. Never sow seeds on days when you're going through like some sort of heat wave or cold wave, or when you're expecting torrential like a downpour. I remember many years ago I had sown poppy seeds in Chicago, and I didn't look at the weather app, and it was a very windy day, and I sowed them and I walked away. And for weeks after, I kept looking for signs of germination and there were none. And I thought, okay, the seeds were probably expired, or maybe I made some big mistake or whatever. I hadn't made a mistake and the seeds weren't expired. A month or two later, I found them growing in a clump like 3 feet away from where I'd originally sown them. Basically, the seeds had like blown away on the wind and, just grown in like a completely different spot. So avoid windy days. When you are sowing your seeds, direct sowing your seeds, you want to make sure that the soil is moist. You don't want it to be sopping wet, but you also don't want it to be dry. Make sure it is moist, and after you put the seeds, just press down on them a little bit, and then water. Make sure that your watering can has like a shower head on top, or if you have a garden hose, you can buy like a misting attachment. You don't want to use one of those watering holes or a bottle of water or something where it just pours out in one big thing, and then your seedlings are going to drown, or they're like going to fall on their side or whatever. So you want to use like a gentle watering method, because for most seedlings, like especially as they grow, their stalks are very weak. They're very like fragile, basically. I mean, seedlings are babies. So with seeds and stuff, you always want to make sure that you're using very gentle watering methods. You don't want them to be in the blazing sun. In terms of light, an area where it gets nice morning light, but it's a little protected from the sun during the hours of say 2 to 4. That's pretty helpful too. When your plants have germinated, let's say you've direct sown into your pot, and they're all the seedlings have come up and they've like all clustered together. That doesn't happen with a seed starting tray, but it will happen in the ground or in a pot if you direct sow. And sometimes they're very they're stuck to each other. Now remember, the seedling is small right now, but let's say it's a zinnia plant. A zinnia plant is going to grow something like 3 feet tall, and their stalks are going to be this fat. So that pot may not be big enough to be able to handle so many zinnias at once, and or whatever that plant is, and they will jostle for competition. They're not going to have enough space. They're going to be like hungry wolves who are fighting over that one same piece of meat. So you want to be able to separate them out. That concept is called thinning. So if they're clustered together, keep the ones that are the sturdiest and the strongest looking, and whichever ones are weak, just like pluck them out and throw them away. That's thinning. I hate doing that because I feel so sad for the little seedlings. I mean, they're just little babies and they're just like trying to grow in this inhospitable environment, in this like zalim dunya, dushman zamana, and you're just going to pluck it and throw it away. So I refuse to do that because I'm a sentimentalist, but I'm also practical enough to know that with that level of crowding and competition, it's not going to be good for anyone. So in that situation, when I have like very high levels of germination, unexpected levels of germination, and they've like clustered together, again what I do is I take a spoon and I dig a little bit under it and take the whole root ball of the seedling out. Like let's say the seedling is this big, I take the whole thing out and then I just plant it in a different pot, and with enough distance between them. But that's like an extra step that I do, and you may not want to do it. You may just want to thin as the seed catalog or the garden website or whatever will tell you to do. You have to decide for yourself.